Okay, love bugs. I don't care what's going on in the world. I'm gonna have my hair done. Whether it's a wig or my natural hair, I'm gonna have my hair done. Today I've teamed up with Unice and they sent over this beautiful water wave honey blonde highlight wig. And I'm gonna be giving you a straight out of the box, start to finish install in less than 10 minutes. This one here is nice. Not only is she nice, she's nicely priced. And again, she's so easy and beginner friendly that you can keep your hair done from the comfort of your home. Super simple, quick, and easy. So if you want to see how we got this look, let's get started. Jumping right into it, we always start with a nude wig cap. Make sure your nude wig cap is nude for your complexion. As I mentioned, we are going blonde highlight water wave today. In our package, they did include quite a few strips of that ear tape. This is going to be a great way to bond your wig down. We're going for a 7x5 by knot wig. So here I am just going through and getting to the good stuff. Look at how beautiful that highlight pops. There's highlights and lowlights, and there's so much dimension, and you can tell that this one is absolutely super soft. Not only is it soft, it gives very professional when it comes to the color. To me, it definitely gives a very professional vibe. This one here is a pre-everything wig, which means the lace is pre-cut, the knots are pre-bleached, and the hairline is pre-plucked. Here's a look at the inside construction of the cap. A good closure wig is very easy to install and also very easy to maintain, in my opinion. They did include this adjustable removable elastic band, and I love that it's like nice and breathable. It helps to, make sure your hair is getting what it needs. And again, this is the first time I've ever seen a elastic band like this one, and I actually really like it. This is what our wig looks like on, and the first thing I noticed is that the wig fits me glueless already. You can literally just do a quick 1-2 by wetting it down, tint the lace, and you can literally be out the door. But of course, you guys already know I'm going to turn it up a notch for you all, and I'm going to give you a nice show of this wig. Here is what she looks like from the back. From the density to the length, everything about this one is super nice. Okay, so now let's get started on the install process. Here I am using the Bedeck hard head hairspray. Now this is an extra hold hairspray meant to, style your curls and whatever style you do to your hair, more specifically with hot tools. But I love to use this as a non-glue adhesive. It allows me to melt my wig down while still maintaining a glueless install. And I just love the way it works. Today I'm just going to go ahead and apply it. I applied 2 coats actually, and then I put the melt belt on top, and I'm going to allow this to dry and set while we work on the remainder of the hair. Now let's go ahead and use this new to me product. I was scrolling through TikTok and this randomly was ranted and raved about on a TikTok that I seen, so I immediately purchased it from Amazon. I honestly don't know the name, but I was going to give this a try today, so we're going to see how it works, and of course I'll have it linked in the description box. So it did say that it was more of like a wax, a styling wax, so I decided to use this in lieu of my typical waxes. So I applied a generous amount on the lace around the parting space. Then I used that product to go ahead and straighten out and perfect my parting. Now I'm using a comb to pretty much like work it in, and I already like the way it's laying my base or like the lace down really nicely, and it's making sure that everything is super flat. It almost gave I didn't have to use any heat. You guys know I love to do the dynamic duo, but this honestly was giving like it was laying it down so well that I didn't need to use any hot tools to flatten down that area. So I did switch over to the edge brush, and I'm just going in and working it in, and it made everything look nice and flat and smooth. Next, I pulled out the spray bottle, and we are just going in and wetting the hair down generously. When it comes to wavy textures, I always love to use a good amount of H2O to activate the curls. To me, I always think that it is best if you can just simply use water. Another option would obviously be to just go in and wash and condition the hair before you install, and this will really make your curls pop. Now I'm going in with the wet brush and just combing through those curls, and you guys already know when you wet your hair first and then you comb it, it gives more fluffy, so you may have to put in a little bit more water, which we did here. And Again, don't forget those ends because the ends typically are the oldest part of the hair. Whether it is your real hair or a wig, don't forget to give the ends some love. Now I decided to use this Garnier Nutrice product. This is a like cream conditioner. It's pretty much a styling product. You guys know I'm typically a mousse girl, but when it comes to like blonde textures, typically they are color treated and they are a lot more sensitive. And to me, I just feel like they generally need more moisture. So going in with a moisturizing styling product will definitely be good for your blonde colored hair. Once I worked that in, I still felt like I wanted a little bit of mousse to define the curls nicely. So I did pull out a fresh bottle of my Lotta Body mousse and I went to town. You guys know this is one of my favorite products, from Nairobi to Lotta Body. There are so many products. Even the Ledoux brand or the Do brand at Target is really nicely. I just find that the Lotta Body is pretty much the cheapest or most affordable, and it's really good. So at this point, I really love the way my curls were coming out. I did go ahead and do a little brush through one more time with a Denman brush to make sure that, you know, all the product was worked through and saturated, and still I found a little spot in the back. So make sure you don't forget to show the back of your hair some love, especially like underneath. And then I did go in and scrunch it ever so lightly just to see what was going to happen. Now that I have the curls pretty much how I like them, I did go ahead and remove that melt belt, and then I'm showing you guys what it looks like from the back before we diffuse. I was generally going to go in and do a no baby hair look, but you guys know I love me some baby hair. So here I am just pulling out or separating my baby hair, deciding if I wanted to do a lot or a little. The thing about blonde hair, especially when it's blonde from the root, is sometimes you'll pull out like the normal amount of baby hair that you would typically use, and you'll find that because it's blonde, it'll look very thin or like you didn't use a lot at all, and it's simply because the light color of the hair. So be sure not to overdo it and use too much, especially when it comes to blonde, and kind of just find your way. A general rule of thumb is to just use a little bit and kind of just, you know, trim it, swoop it, and see how you like it. And if you want more, add more after the fact. Because if you add too much straight out of the back, you can technically send some of the hair back, but also you can't take back that you cut the hair if you cut too much. So that is literally my rule of thumb. And as far as playing with this baby hair, I opted to use that same product we used along the parting and the hairline. And again, this is supposed to be a styling wax opposed to an edge control. I personally feel like it's more of an edge control, but it did work really well on my hair. And you guys see here, I'm adding a little bit more baby hair. Again, I could have pulled this out to begin with, but I played it safe and just did a lot and added more as needed. Now I feel like I was pretty much done with styling the hair. The next thing we're going to do is go in and just tint the lace. Now you guys know when it comes to lace, it is good to have a few different options. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I find that with different wigs, especially when you go in with color, you typically will need a different shade of lace tint than you would for your darker colored wigs. So I tried out this Ruby Kisses cream foundation. I tried the powder foundation, and the shade 16 definitely worked perfect. It's not too red and it's not too light. Now I did notice along the hairline when it was said and done, it did look like I needed to go in and add a little bit more of a darker shade in certain areas. In person you couldn't see that, but of course the camera shows a little bit less forgiving. And I did go a little bit lighter in shade along the parting space. Now I'm going to go in and quickly diffuse the hair. I'm going to speed through this really fast just because I know you guys don't necessarily want to see it, but I do love to use the diffuser because it allows me to get a nice dry feel. I don't like wet curls when I'm done with my hair, and it also allows me to cancel out a lot of that frizz that you get from air drying your hair sometimes. And this is how it came out. I love the definition of the curls mixed with the highlight of the hair, and the volume on this one is absolutely perfect. So now that we're done with the wig, let's go ahead and look at the packaging. As I mentioned, they did give us this ear tape as well as this pink dust bag. And then there's this little mesh bag, and inside we got some additional goodies. Here is our Unice HD wig caps as well as a melt belt in the color pink. And we also got these beautiful press-on nails, and that's pretty much it, love bugs. Nice, simple, and sweet. This one here is absolutely gorgeous. I love, love, love the fact this one is a water wave texture for easy maintenance. It is a glueless closure wig, which also makes it easy to install. And then the color is gorgeous and fun for summer and the heat, but there's also some honey blonde notes in there that are going to be beautiful or the fall. So I hope you guys loved this one. Be sure to check her out. There's a direct link down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share with your friends. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Smooches.